what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another cryptocurrency video. Recently we had a pretty big run up and we hit a bit of a wall when Bitcoin reached $10,000. We then pulled back from there and started to enter a bit of a consolidation phase right below those important resistance levels. And that's continuing for now. It does look like we're weakening a little bit, so there is a possibility of a drop a bit lower, which wouldn't be the best thing, but not the end of the world. And to be honest, it is also fully possible that we'd avoid that drop and that we just continue to consolidate for a bit longer. I think about 2.5 weeks at the most is how long the consolidation would last. I don't really see it going on for longer than that. And right now, Bitcoin is sitting closer to $9,000. Ethereum pulled back towards $750. It actually did go down to $700, but bounced. So over the past 24 hours, a bit of a minor pullback right now. I'll cover everything in more detail during the technical analysis side of things. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. And make sure to check out my premium content for monthly cryptocurrency buying opportunities. Link to both those things in the description of this video. So let's go ahead and start the technical analysis with Bitcoin, see what's going on. So right now we're finding support on that $9,000 level, and that's basically where our middle band is at. So we do have multiple support layers there, but we do see a significant weakening of the indicators. We just went bearish on the MACD and histogram, and we lost our support level on the RSI. So that is definitely a bit bearish. I think that if we were to see a drop, we'd probably go back down closer to $8,000. And like I said, that wouldn't be the end of the world. That would just put us in a little bit of a wider range and would mean that cryptos are still a little bit weak. But like I said, if we see that over the next day or two, we don't end up dropping below $9,000, we'll have probably avoided a move lower, and we should just be able to consolidate in this range here, put it in a nice little base before we're ready to move above $10,000 and really start, pushing back towards those all-time highs. Let's take a look at Ethereum next and see what's going on. So Ethereum is right now finding support on its uptrend line. Very nice bounces on that twice, and we can see that we have a bit of a doji candlestick, which is an indecision candlestick, meaning that theoretically we can go either way here, right? We can get a bounce that will probably push us back to above $764, and that means that we'll have most likely avoided any drop that would push us below $700 or anything like that. But it is also possible that we lose our uptrend line support, and then we'd probably see a pretty tight consolidation between $700 and $764. I would say that it's pretty unlikely that we drop below $700 either way, just because we find support on our middle band, and there just seems to be a lot of support in that area. So I would say that's pretty unlikely. Indicators still holding up pretty well, but definitely we're seeing them fall back a bit lower, and we could see some bearish crossovers if we were to enter some consolidation. Like I said, next day or two will be pretty critical in telling us if we're going to be able to consolidate or if we're going to see a little bit of a drop lower. Litecoin falling back into its lower range here between $145 and $165. Didn't manage to hold in the symmetrical triangle formation, this uptrending channel between the two red trend lines. To be honest, I wasn't really expecting it to be able to hold. It was getting pretty tight here, and that basically tells us that we're likely going to see some consolidation right around where we are now, right? So around $155. Flattening on the indicators. I don't really see us falling lower than $145, so that's the good thing, but probably going to see a bit of consolidation here for Litecoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at Nano. Nano peaked at around 100,000 Satoshis in the short term. It's good that we were able to get back to that level and even go a little bit above that. I think that clears up the path in the future when we're going to make that attempt again. But for now, we're pulling back a bit closer to 90,000 Satoshis, where we're probably going to consolidate, like I said, right, for probably a week or two until the rest of the cryptocurrency starts moving back up. And a lot of it will rely on Bitcoin getting back above $10,000, right? Because at the end of the day, Bitcoin is the market leader, and it's probably the best way to gauge market strength is just looking at how Bitcoin is acting. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ripple next, see what's been going on. So we're going to go over to the Bittrex chart here. As you can see, Ripple is moving back towards its uptrend line. I'd say that it's quite likely that we get a bounce here, and our Bollinger Bands are very tight right now, which means that we're probably going to be quite range bound, right around 84 cents, I'd say. And then the question is, are we going to really maintain above the uptrend line or not? I'd say that we have a high likelihood of doing so, really. We just need to hold on above it just a few more days, and then we'll be able to avoid, I think, a drop below 84 cents. And with that being said, we are seeing quite a bit of weakness on the indicators now, falling lower again. But as long as we hold above our uptrend line, I think we'll avoid any kind of bigger drop here for Ripple, which is good. Let's go ahead and take a look at NEO and see what's been going on. So we're going to go over to the Bittrex chart. NEO is right now going back towards $75. Does look like we're going to get a bounce there. The range is pretty clear right now with the Bollinger Bands in line with our support levels at $75 and resistance at $85. So that's the range that we're probably going to be trading in. Middle band right now pretty much in the center of that. So indicators also a bit weaker here, turning a bit bearish. But as long as we hold above $75, there isn't really a reason to worry about any bigger drop coming. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Stellar Lumens, and see what's been going on. So Stellar has been moving a little bit against the crowd here lately. It initially got a pretty quick run up and now is falling back quite a bit. We're going straight back towards 4,000 Satoshis. I do think we're going to get a bounce there. And that puts us in quite a big range, right? Basically between 4,000 and 5,000 Satoshis. In the shorter term, we'll probably be trading between 4,000 and 4,500 Satoshis. Do I think we're going to drop lower than 4,000 Satoshis? It is possible. I think that if that were to happen, it's because we would have to close the breakout area over here because we didn't actually come back and really test that properly. So that's something that is possible, but we'll see how we act when we reach 4,000 Satoshis. We should be able to hold above that level. Let's take a look at Vechain next, see what's going on. So Vechain is right now just kind of acting flat and not doing that much. We're basically sitting a little bit above $2.20. I don't really see us dropping below that. We have a pretty nice base put in here. If we do, that would be pretty bad, however, since we have built up quite a support level there. So that's what I'm expecting. A little bit of a pullback, maybe closer to $2.20, but definitely not a drop below that, and probably just more kind of flat, boring price action for Vechain. Let's take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Lisk, and take a look at what's going on. So Lisk is right now continuing to downtrend. It's been trending alongside its downtrend line, and we actually dropped back in our symmetrical triangle formation. What's funny here is, as I always say, right, most of the time with these symmetrical triangle formations, we end up reaching the end of the formation before making a decision on which side we're going to be moving in, and that's quite literally what happened here. Is we're back in our symmetrical triangle formation, back reaching the ends of it, and we'll see now if we're going to move below our uptrend line or a downtrend line. Hopefully we'll be able to get a bounce here and, you know, just remain slightly above $12.15 at least. That would avoid any bigger drop from happening. Let's take a look at Cardano and see what's been going on. So Cardano currently, I'm going to go over to the Bittrex chart and see what's going on. But right now, nice doji candlestick on that 3,500 Satoshi level. That's where we have three different layers of support, including, you know, 3,500 Satoshis, our middle band, and our uptrend line. So I really don't see us dropping lower than that. If we did, it's probably just because the market is weak and we'd go back down towards 3,000 Satoshis. But there's just so much support here, and we already have a bit of a sign of a bounce with this doji candlestick. So I'd say a good chance of getting a bounce here. And if we do, we will probably be able to remain along a little bit above the uptrend line a little bit longer. So that should help, you know, keep prices a bit higher for some time. Let's take a look at our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update, which is going to be IOTA. And right now, IOTA acting a little bit different than most cryptocurrencies out there. We got a very nice green candlestick. It's been having some news about partnerships and stuff. So fundamentally, it is stronger than you know, a couple months back when it was having some drama. A lot of buying volume here. We're remaining, you know, keeping up with the indicators. When a lot of other cryptocurrencies are weakening right now, the indicators on the IOTA chart are actually holding up very well and getting bounces exactly where they're supposed to. So I don't really think we're going to see that much of a drop here for IOTA. I think that we're going to be able to probably remain a little bit above the middle band here for a bit longer, and we'll see if we're able to break above $2.63. That could create a pretty big breakout. So keep an eye out for that. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.